is, man. We back. It's the one-on-one with Miggity Mike D, man. And the night a little different, y'all. Y'all know we like to bring the pain. Tonight, we finna talk why Texas is different. Tonight, we gonna explain to y'all why black and brown communities in Texas are totally different. We gonna go from the community to the prison system. And I brought a good friend of mine, Anthony Sanchez, in the building, man. Illuminating souls. Let's go, baby.
Check game. One thing a real gangster knows. Hey, first and foremost, before we start, man, I want to thank you and say I appreciate the opportunity to be on your platform. Man, you're a legend in Houston, and I grew up listening to your music, man. Hey, it's an opportunity, and it's an honor to be on this platform.
As well, brother. For sure, man. You knocking doors down in the game right now.
Hey, I'm trying, right? Hey, guess what? They say slow motion better than no motion, right?
And that's a fact. But you bring in new motion.
Most definitely.
This is a different Sanchez. You feel me? Then growing up, take us back to where this came up, man. Who was it? Your mother, father, or both together raised you? Who raised you?
Actually, I was raised by my grandma and my uncle. When I was When I was 7 years old, I seen my mom overdose on cocaine. So she died in front of me. So they sent me to go live with my grandma, basically my dad. But he's strung out on crack. He's on dope. He's in the street, so he was never around. So like me growing up, I grew up in Reveille Park. I'm from the southeast side.
Okay.
And my grandma, she only speaks Spanish. My uncle took us in. He was taking care of my grandma, my tias, everybody. You know how Mexicans are.
For sure.
Hey, we're going to take care of the whole family. We ain't going to let them out on the streets. So I'm not my uncle's kids. He does what he can, but he has his own life, right? So my grandma, she's trying to talk to me. I don't understand nothing she's saying. She only speaks Spanish. You could say I'm like, and you know in prison they call Mexicans from Houston coconuts. They say that we white on the outside, brown on the inside. Oh no, brown on the outside, white on the inside. Basically because we don't speak Spanish because we're different from like the Mexicans out of El Paso, the Mexicans out of the valley, because we don't speak their language. Because we grew up in Houston, and like growing up in Houston, we grow up around we grow up in a diverse city.
Community, right.
So in our city, like it's very diverse. The main influence in our city, you could say, is the music. So like growing up, like you go out, you go in the hood, guess what you see? You see 84s, you see grills. You see I got them on me right now, right?
Uh-huh.
So you're going to see people rob and steal and jug and crap and pimp, and you don't see all that in the streets.
Facts.
If you're in the right neighborhood. Not every neighborhood in Houston's really doing it like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like growing up, like this is all I seen. So I was raised with my grandma. I was raised on the southeast side, and I didn't have guidance. I didn't have a community leader. And one thing I can say about being Mexican, being Latino, we don't have a positive role model that represents the Mexican people right. When being Mexican, we go with what we know. And coming from a Houstonian, guess what we knew? We knew the culture, we knew the music, and that's what we could relate to because the pain in the songs, the adversity. And Houston's music is very different. It's different from California. It's different from New York. It's different from Louisiana, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like soul music, you could say that. It's like, it's gospel. It's ghetto gospel. So you could relate to it. And you don't have to be a certain color. You could be white, black, Hispanic, you Chinese, purple.
Yellow, purple.
And you're going to relate to it.
Thanks.
And it's like growing up, seeing the culture, we get involved in, you could say, criminal activity. Like growing up, I grew up thinking this is right because you had these individuals that claim that they're OGs, that they're gangsters, giving the youth the game wrong. They weren't teaching me LLCs, DBAs, EINs, how to elevate myself. You know what they were teaching me? Hey, go knock on that door, see if somebody's home. They like 30 years old. They living at their mama's house. They have me knock on the door. They gonna go kick in that door to go steal some shit, then go pawn it. But it's the mentality, and it's in our society today, we're taught what to think, not how to think. For instance, it's like a hot cup of coffee. If you set it in a room, eventually it's going to become room temperature. So that's the thing that's going on, in my opinion, in the Latino community and in the African American community. It's these individuals that portray a gangster's lifestyle, that raise our youth wrong, and then it becomes a repetitive cycle within our community. They don't tell them that aggravated robbery holds 5 to 99. Nobody told me that. So I grew up in the hood thinking, okay, man, we're gonna go steal, we're gonna go sell drugs, we're gonna go do this. And eventually it led me to go to TDCJ.
Man, so how far did you finish in school?
I actually finished only 8th grade.
Man, to speak how you speak and to be fluent as you in, I would say you went to 2 colleges or something, man. That's what's up, bro.
What Lil Kiki said, we got a full scholarship to the pen, right?
Man.
We got a full scholarship to the pen. And it took me to go in a concrete tomb of my own demise to find my awakening, to awaken and understand who I am as a person. And one thing I can say about Mexicans, they suffer from an identity crisis. Because like I said, there is no community leader. There is no individual speaking against the injustice within the system. Mexicans, Hispanics do not know who they are. They want to spend, for instance, they come here supposedly illegally, but I'm going to say our people ain't crossed no borders. The borders crossed us. But how are we going to utilize the tools within the system? They come over here. We got good jobs. We do rebar. We do construction. Make a lot of money. They want to spend $15,000, $20,000 on, let's say, a quinceañera, a 15.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you not use that money for an immigration lawyer? Utilize the system for our advantage. But like I said earlier, what to think, not how to think. So there is no community leaders. And the leaders that the Latino community had, such as Cesar Chavez, Rodolfo Corky Gonzalez, and over there in Mexico, Emiliano Zapata, Pancho Villa, they don't teach it in the educational system. The educational system has failed the Mexican kid. Unlike the African-American community, y'all fought for y'all people. That's why you're going to hear about Malcolm X. You're going to hear about Martin Luther King, because y'all fight for y'all people to be in these history books. But when you see it right now, you don't see, if you go to HISD, you're not going to hear about Emiliano Zapata. You're not going to hear about Rodolfo Corky Gonzalez. Why are you not going to hear that?
That's crazy, because this was Mexico before it was Texas.
Exactly. And that's the thing. The truth is, if you study political science, the Latino people outnumber everybody.
Exactly.
And they call us the sleeping giant, that we're asleep, but we're not awake. And we're not awake because, like I said, they deprived us of our leaders. People that, any Hispanic that ever rose the power, what happened to them? They go to jail. Something happens.
It's corruption or
something always happens, because they don't want the Mexican man to wake up. Because if we wake up, we're a democracy. America's a democracy. We're going to vote. And our vote matters. The African-American community understands the power of voting.
Right.
That's why y'all have so many activists, so many community leaders throughout time, because y'all understood the power of the tongue. Even in the biblical text, it speaks of the power of the tongue, that it holds life or death.
X.
It took me to go to prison to understand like who I am, what I am, and where am I going. And my awakening, what made me wake up, honestly, one of my biggest role models is Malcolm X. I actually got him tattooed on my arm. People don't know that.
That's deep, bro.
And that's what made me wake up, because he said, you're not going to understand where you're going if you don't know where you're coming from. So I read everything about Malcolm X, all his speeches, everything, to educate who I am. From there, I jumped into history of Mexicans, Mexican Americans, Aztecs, Mayans, and I just wanted to educate myself, because when individuals were initiated within the Egyptian pyramid, what it said, knowledge yourself, know thyself. Who are you? What are you? Where do you come from? Who am I? I needed to find out who I was. I went into my nationality, but then eventually I led a little further about science being a Homo sapien, being a human being, studying anatomy and physiology of the human body, understanding the inner workings of how I work. That's my spiritual journey. But what educated me was the pain that I felt, not knowing who I was Why was I doing these crimes? And I don't consider myself a criminal.
Facts.
I don't consider myself a criminal. I never committed a crime I didn't have to do. I'm a victim of circumstance. And I think Huey P. Newton said it the best with reactional suicide. We're reacting to the situations around us. We see growing up in a broken home, you're going to have our families probably abusing us, molesting us, some of them on drugs, and and in the human psyche, we're going to react a certain way. So you'll get an African American or a Latino. They're going to see their dad either coked up or their mom getting pimped out or their dad on crack. And we don't realize that we build up this anger, this animosity, and we start acting out. We start rebelling, and we don't know why. But they're going to say, oh, he's a bad kid. You need to punish him. And eventually it leads to prison. But no, we're just reacting because deep in our deep in our psyche, we want to commit suicide. We want to die because we're not happy here. We're not happy being within this realm of existence. We didn't ask to come over here. We were placed here. And some of us, we do not have God. That's the God honest truth. We do not have God. Growing up in the hood, you'll see Jehovah's Witnesses walking around. And when they come try to preach the word of God, guess what are we going to say?
Push them off.
Hey, man, we're not trying to hear that shit. Move around.
Right.
But if we see this individual that holds a little status, got a little clout in the hood, got a little bit of money, trying to put you on, we're going to be like, man, he G'd up.
He the man.
He the man. We want to follow him. False community leaders, individuals that represent, you could say, a gang or a street or a hood that leads the masses wrong, and it becomes a repetitive cycle. But it took me to go to prison and educate myself. And what was the main fuel? I went to court. I had a white judge. His name was Mark Ken Ellis. He told me I was unfit for society. I was unfit for the world.
What did you do?
I had 2 aggravated robberies and an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I had multiple cases. I beat 2 in jury trial. 2 aggravated robberies in jury trial. Eventually, I signed for a 16-year sentence. I actually did a PSI. My first offer was 66 years. They went down to 30. I said, I'm not signing nothing older than me. I'm 17 years old at the time. I said, I'm going to do a PSI. I should be able to get a second chance. I never had a childhood criminal record, nothing like that. So I went, I confessed to all my crimes. I didn't have no co-defendants on my case. Nobody was with me. I went and told them, yes, I robbed this person. I did this. And yes, I did this. Man, give me something I can do and I could go home. I'm 17. He gave me 16 years.
Are you serious, bro?
Yes, a year under.
That pre-sentence investigation was really supposed to get you probation at that age.
It's because, like, most people think, like, one of my cases was aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. People in the hood, they say, oh, he shot him. But no one knows, like, the real story. The real story was he came up to me. 2 individuals approached me on my property, right? At my grandma's house. I pulled out that burner, and when I pistol whipped them, the gun went off. And it, like, grazed them. But, you know, it goes to one person's mouth to the next, and eventually it's a whole movie.
Shot him in the head. Yeah, he did this.
Talking about I just walked down on him and drew down like I was
and
savage, but it really didn't go down like that.
Was it a confrontation or was it something premeditated? Did they come or you just ignited?
No, it was so crazy. The crazy part is one of the individuals, he was my neighbor. I grew up with him. He brought this other individual, I don't know, from Adam and Eve. And he starts approaching me about a female, talking about I disrespected his sister or something. And I look at him, I don't even know who his sister is. And I told him, man, he needs to rewind himself before for his ego get him lost. Like, you playing with the wrong one. So he's a little older than me. He's like 22, 23 at the time, right? And he's like, oh, he comes at me with that rah-rah. So I pull out that burner and give him what he was looking for and smacked him. I smacked him, the gun went off, and it was broad daylight. And I'm not going to say that I was just like, I was shocked about it too. I stood there, I said, oh shit. I done fucked up.
Big time.
Yeah, I done fucked up. So I went in, the laws came, I went in. Eventually, my lawyer's like, well, 2 individuals approached you. The guy that got shot in the head, he was saying that I just walked down and drew down on him. But the guy I knew told the real. He's like, man, we approached him,
This what happened, right?
but I'm a minor. I had a pistol. My lawyer said, man, we'll probably get you probation. At the end of the day, we're going to plead self-defense. Hey, you probably have to do like 10 years probation, but you'll be all right.
Exactly.
So I'm like, I bet. They started indicting me for aggravated robberies. They start hitting me with aggravated robberies, multiple. I'm like, man, what's going on? But this what comes to show you what people don't know. Like during my time, MySpace was barely coming out, right? We had MySpace. We didn't have Facebook, Instagram. Man, don't post nothing on social media. Don't post you smoking that za. Don't post you with weapons, because anything that you post is going to be used against you. Loose lips sink ships. A lot of these cats don't know that. A lot of these kids don't know that. They want to post it because they think they the flyest thing since airplanes. Nah, you a duck, boy. You a duck. You dry snitching on yourself.
For real.
And I was a duck. I ain't gonna cap with you. I done flashed money, pistols, did all that. And guess what?
On the MySpace.
On the MySpace. And guess what?
Hey.
They started indicting me with all this. And guess what? They brought them pictures up. They brought it back up.
You got to stand on it now.
So I'm like, damn, like I didn't know that because no one gave me the game right. I was just moving reckless in the hood. So they started indicting me. And some of the cases, I'm not going to cap with you, I did not do.
Right.
I did not do. The fucked up thing about the system, they try to clear their docket on me. They use something called extraneous cases. Cases that they couldn't solve in the neighborhood, they started throwing a Mexican, and threw all these cases on me to try to enhance my time. And that's when they offered me 66 years. And like, honestly, I did not do them cases.
You got to go to trial, crank this up.
Yeah, they wanted to clear their docket on me. I beat 2 in jury trial. My attorney came up and told me straight up, he's like, look, these people are going to be pissed the fuck off. You already beat 2. Once you lose 1, they're going to slam you.
They're going to hang you.
They're going to slam you. He's like, man, he told me straight up like this. It was Ricardo Rodriguez. He called me for an attorney visit. He said, look, if you was white, you'll get 5 years probation. And he said, you being Mexican, you'll probably get like 30, 45 years.
Easy.
And he said, and if you was black, you going to get about like 80 years. He's like, so what do you want to do? I could try to plead with him. He's like, I could probably beat 2 of these, but you're going to lose 1. And I'm just going to let you know now that you're going to lose 1. And he's like, they're offering 30. Do you want to take it? I said, no, I ain't taking that. He's like, well, you could try to do a PSI, go for probation. But I'm going to tell you, don't go against it. He's like, Mark Canellis, I'm going to try to hang you. And I told him, I said, man, come on with it. Let's crank it up. We're going to try a PSI. So I did the PSI. I went and told him, like, I did this, I did this, I did this. All these other ones I didn't do. I don't even know what you're talking about. So they got these people to come on the stand, the extraneous cases. Some of them couldn't point me out. What was the craziest thing? They had this white guy pull up. They're like, do you see the person that robbed you? It was him. I'm like, what? So at the conclusion statement, I went, look, I didn't rob these people. I didn't do this. I did this. I did this. I did this. I'm here to take accountability as a man. I just want something that I can do and go home to. That's it. And I think what really saved me during the PSI was the victim that got shot in the head. My attorney was a bad motherfucker. He was one of the number 1 trial attorneys in Texas. And once they got him on the stand, he kept lying about everything that happened. So when old boy got on the stand that was with him, he told, yeah, we walked up on him.
Yeah, oh.
And he was saying that I went to homeboy's house and threw down, trying to make it look like I was just a savage. I just walked up on him and popped him.
That's crazy.
So I think that's what really helped me. And when the judge told me that, though, that's what fueled me. And that's what made me realize that, man, I got to educate myself. I got to educate myself because I'm going to show this motherfucker that I'm somebody. I'm somebody. I'm going to show this motherfucker. It was that hate, that pain that lit the flame in me.
So you had to sign for the 16.
No, they gave it to me. There was no signing.
Man. That's just such a weird number. Like we just heard some 12s and 16s. I'm used to 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Man, this is crazy, man. So, 17 years old, headed to prison with a 16-year sentence, 1 year younger than you are old. How do you approach this prison system, and how did life change for you right there?
Like, honestly, like how I approached the prison system, I didn't know. I never been to prison. Nobody ever laced me up about prison, anything like that.
Had you been to juvenile?
I never been to juvenile.
Oh, so this is a brand new experience.
It was a brand new experience. So like, I go in the county, and the county is renegade.
Oh, they wild.
It's renegade. There ain't no like
Structure.
There ain't no structure. There ain't no gang structures. It's man,
Everybody for themselves.
Survival of the fittest. So one thing I fought everybody. I ain't trying to hear shit because I'm fighting for my life. I'm fighting for my life in there. Eventually, he a psych patient. Like, he a psych patient.
Nah, for real.
So,
and you in the young tank too? Oh my God.
No, they put me with the youngsters. I was fighting the youngsters. Hey, eventually, I beat somebody up. I kicked them in the face, and they tried to say I was a psych patient and tried to throw me to 1200, right?
1200 Baker.
Man, they really put me up with the psych patients.
Oh, man.
Man, look, that was the worst experience in the county because you have real crazy motherfuckers in there.
In there. How was that?
Oh, my God. Look, I had a beat up one psych patient. He tried to accuse me of killing his mom and beeped off on me while I was asleep. So it's like stuff like that.
He hit you or beating off like?
No, he beeped off. He hit
like
me.
He hit you in your sleep?
Yeah, in my
That's
sleep.
Fucked up.
Told me I killed his mom. So I gave it to him. And it was real renegade over there because everybody's tripping. Like, somebody come in, they taking the shit, they gonna take their shoes. People, because it's a rotating door.
Yeah.
Some people are going there to fight their case, and some people just going in and out real quick.
Thanks.
So they see you with a pair of Jordans, they don't care if you're black, white, brown, they don't care who you are.
They going for it.
And guess what? They're gonna take you down too. So it was real renegade, and I just had to learn, like, man, I gotta speak their language. And violence was their language. So that's how I survived the county. That's what really just taught me, like, fighting.
What prison did you end up on?
I went to Clemens unit.
Damn.
Burning Hell. That
Hell.
was my first ID unit. When I went to prison, I went to Garza West first for diagnostics.
Yeah,
then they shipped me to Willacy. It was over there in Raymondville. I was on Raymondville, and I was only there for about 10 months. And then I got G4'd. So while I was on Raymondville, I actually caught assault on a public servant. I beat up one of the sergeants. So nobody told me about K2, what it was. They told me it was like that Zai. It was like weed. It was normal, right? So, man, I'm over here. I'm popping top like it's good. Man, worst fucking experience of my life.
I know.
I end up dying.
No.
I end up dying. I died, and I had like an outer body experience. And it was the most craziest life-changing experience because it's like it told me I was a computer program, and I failed my programming and didn't run my constellation, my course. I had something talking to me, flashing my whole life before my eyes on what I was supposed to be, what I was supposed to accomplish, and how a virus infected my system. It was...
Like you was a real computer. This is K2 talking though.
Yes. And then eventually I'm trying to fight, and I'm throwing up and swallowing my own tongue. I don't remember nothing. I wake up, and they're saying he's back. There's lights everywhere. And you have doctors around me, and you have one sergeant. I don't know who these people are. My brain's so chopped, I don't even know who I am. So my first instinct was to get up and like, what the hell's going on? I'm panicking. And they try to be like, sit down. And I pushed the sergeant off, like, man, get off me. Like, I can't even talk. So he acts like he's gonna slap me. So I flinch. So I look up at him, and he's like, man, sit your bitch ass down. I take flight on him. He wasn't expecting that.
It's that young, he don't know no better.
I take flight on him. So I start giving it to him. I'm on his ass. He on the ground. I'm beating his bitch ass up. He's the only person in there. The nurses done ran out. Man, they come in that room, and they tear me off the frame.
Oh.
They tear me off the frame. So eventually they get me in handcuffs. They take me to the back. And the officers beat me up so bad. I'm not even going to sit here and cap with you and be like, oh, I was stomped
Walking
down.
them down, yeah.
No, man, they had me in the back and I was screaming. I didn't know what else to do because they had me in handcuffs and I was screaming. They'll be like, shut up, I'll stop. And they'll start beating me up again. And they hurt it so bad that I had to scream. That's the only thing that came. I'm in handcuffs. So eventually they stop. They throw me in the cell. They like, strip down. I'm like, no. They start beating me up with the batons.
Damn.
So I strip out here. The next day, the warden comes up. He's talking some shit like, oh, you want to do my officers? We're going to slam you with some more time. Woo, woo, woo. So now I'll remember everything that's what happened. So I get up. I tell him, man, fuck you. You suck my dick. I said, I already got 16 years. I don't give a fuck. So he comes. He looks in the little hole. And his exact words was, oh, my God. He's all, call the nurse. Call the nurse.
You was that messed up.
They fucked me up. They called the nurse and stuff. I was deformed. I didn't even look the same.
Yeah.
Because they overdid it. That's why they didn't give me a free roll case. Because they had to take pictures and document it. So they end up sending me to Clemens Unit G4. And that was my first ID unit.
Burning hell.
Burning hell.
So welcome to prison. You have got to you got clicked in by the laws first before the future happens. Man, that's an introduction to prison, ladies and gentlemen. Because people see this online and they see people cooking on their bed and wearing Jordan tennis shoes. They thinking it's some type of vacation for the little money that you got, man. Your time never equates what you go through in this system. And trust me, they don't tell these stories here. They tell the ones about them fucking the guards and this going on and that going on and the blood and cripping and the hand signals and the... Nobody comes and tells you the truth, man. Like, y'all pay attention, man. So, Clemens Unit, you from the Southeast. Were you banging before you got there? Were you banging anything or claiming anything before you got there?
Like, honestly, I didn't bang. I didn't gang bang.
Okay.
I didn't gang bang. Like, you had gangs in there, but like, truth is, I didn't gang bang.
Okay.
I like to make money.
Yeah, I'm saying before you got there, period. It was just...
Before I got to Clemens?
Before you got to prison, period.
Oh, no, I didn't
From
bang.
the world, yeah.
I rocked with the homies from the hood. Like, we from the hood. It's like,
Facts.
we from Beverly Park, man. We ain't fucking with Broadway. We ain't fucking with that hood.
Mm-hmm.
If they come to our section, man, fuck them.
So that way of thinking is already implemented from the streets.
Yo.
So when you walk in Clemens Unit, G4, ID unit, burning hell, how does that adjustment go for you?
So believe it or not, like, I started blasting on Willacy. I started blasting, like, the reason I got...
What they told you in the county, hey, make sure you go jump down.
Like, honestly, I didn't fuck with the homeboys in the county. I was
Okay.
I was fighting them because they would try to tell me some shit like, man, you gonna learn when you go to prison. And like, growing up in Houston, like our culture, like, man, I was like I said, we suffer from identity crisis. The Mexican people who suffer, we don't know who we are. At the end of the day, I'm seeing segregation. I'm not with that.
Yeah.
I'm not with that. I don't know what the hell y'all got
Different.
going on.
Yeah.
So I'm fighting them because guess what? I got homie from the hood in the tank with me. Man, we're spreading in the county.
Oh, no.
And they want to tell me something.
Yeah.
And I don't gangbang. So I'm fighting the homeboys.
You don't get it.
Yeah, and they're like, man, you're going to find out when you go. That's what they kept telling me. And I was punching them down. So I got cool with a homeboy. And he actually laced me up on what the blast was about.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay. I started feeling it. I understood the movement. I ain't never been dumb. I believe the 3 L's. You got to look, listen, learn. A fool despises correction. So when I went to TDC, I went up to the homeboys. They approached me. I spoke with them. They told me what I want to do. I told them, I don't want to do nothing. I want to see how y'all orchestrate, how y'all conduct yourself as men before I make a decision, because it's a life-changing decision. I'm a man before anything. I could stand on my own. I want to learn about y'all history, how y'all started. I want to educate myself before a decision. And there was a homeboy from Pasadena named Sleepy, old school cat, and he started lacing me up actually. He took the time breaking everything
That's
down.
real that they allowed that because I've seen some. You got to make that decision right now.
Yeah, man. If they would
That's
have,
dope. That's
if
smart.
they would have tried to tell me that, I would have told them to suck my dick.
Damn.
At the end of the day, I ain't nobody's hoe to have somebody tell me you gonna do this. Tell them you do it. You got me fucked up.
Facts.
I'm a man before anything, and I pride myself on having good morals, like good morals, strong morals. Like I might have been raised by my grandma and uncle, but they did raise me right, and they didn't raise no punk. I could say that, right? They raised me right, how to conduct myself, how to carry myself, and how to think for myself. I chose this path to go on the streets because this is all that was around me. I thought like I'm making money. So when I went to the pen, I ain't never been dumb. And I ain't never been a follower. That's why I wasn't gangbanging in the streets. I wasn't a follower. I liked making money. It's like when I was young, I used to go to school. I used to see all these motherfuckers doing coke, smoking weed. Guess what I used to do? Man, we're gonna come chill, man. Come pull up. We're gonna come to the telly. I'm gonna give y'all all lines of coke. And guess what I'm gonna do?
Nothing.
I ain't gonna do shit. After I give you that line, y'all gonna ask for another one. I'm gonna say I'm selling it.
Yeah.
You wanna buy a 20? Guess what? You got mommy and daddy. They bought you that nice gold chain. I got an 8-ball for you. I like them Jordans. I ain't have that. They had it. I always been very smart. And guess what? I was bleeding them.
Hustler.
Yeah, always. So when I went to prison, they told me that. All right, the homeboy showed me love. I ended up going to Willisy, and I'm like, okay, I already got it in my mind that I love what they stand for. Everything Sleepy told me they stand for, I believe in that. It's something righteous to me. If it was unrighteous, I wouldn't have did it. I would have never joined the gang if somebody would have told me, here, I'm going to put a knife in your hand, go stab that motherfucker. I ain't never been that. I ain't never been a do-man. I ain't never been, if someone tells me jump, I'm going to say, how high do I jump? I ain't never been that person. I'm going to make my own lane and what's right for me. If it's not right in my heart and my spirit, I'm going to say, I'm not doing it. I'm not with that because I'm a man and I'm going to accept all consequences. So I ended up getting down with the blast on Willisy. It was a transfer unit. They're like, shit, well, you're going to get checked again on your ID
On
unit.
your ID unit, right.
But this is just what it is. So I paid him my check, whatever. Like my second week there was in a riot. We was in a riot with Mexican Mafia. We set it off on the whole unit. We smashed them off the whole unit.
And this was the beginning of that.
Yeah, this was
'Cause
like,
they weren't able to walk out at some point, right?
no, they actually walk certain units. It just depends because people get the misconception and think the Blast is beefing with Mexican Mafia. Tango Blast is not beefing with Mexican Mafia. It's really Tango Orojon, like San Antonio.
Orojon is San Antonio,
Yeah, but they're different from Tango Blast. People think that.
I thought that was one
Yeah,
too, though.
they think that they're blasting. People think that Bayucos are blasting.
No.
Chucos are blast. No, we're all different.
fine.
Tango Blast is 4 cities, 1 mission. Houston, Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth. On certain units, you'll have West Texas blasting. Some units, they're Wesel Tango. They're their own entity. They're their own entity, and they conduct themselves as that. But we'll have Baisas. Baisas are like treaties where like Bayucos will have Baisas on some unit. And some units we might have Baisas with Gorpitos or we might have Baisas with Wesel. It just depends on where you land in TDC. That's all it is. But we ended up setting it off, and it really wasn't our beat. It was actually San Antonio's beat. It was the old homes beat.
Yeah.
But we clicked up because the Bayucos were backing them up, and we had a treaty with them.
Valley.
We had a treaty with them. That's why the blast got in. It wasn't just like we aired them off the unit. And that was it. I'm gonna say this: they held their ground. They didn't catch out. They held their ground. They knew what was coming. They knew they were outnumbered, and we took it to them. They had a good little numbers.
Right.
We took it to them, and yeah, that was my first ride I ever been in.
And this is on Clemenson when you got
No,
there. That was on
Willisy.
Whoa,
Willisy.
You ain't even got in yet.
Yeah, and we went on lockdown. Honestly, who could co-sign the riot on Willacy. I was locked up with Klondike Cat. I think he was on
That's
this.
my boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll tell you about me. They call me Puppet. They call me
yeah.
Puppet. I was in the
That's my
county
guy.
with Klondike Cat, and I was on Willacy with him. He was there when I beat up the officers. He could co-sign everything that there ain't no cap in my rap.
I hit him when we get through. That's my
Yeah.
boy, man.
Yeah, most definitely. So we had the riot, whatever. Then I went to Clemens. When I went to Clemens, there was a different experience about
Let's
prison.
go.
It was a different experience. Everything they told me over there, that ain't nothing over here. It's a whole different experience.
Because Clemenson, y'all, they call this place Burning Hell. Listen to the nickname of this place. Burning Hell. That means it's hot. We all know our TDC hot. But they call this place Hell. It's different.
Man, it's different. Look, I remember when I'm going up, I got my bags, everything. Man, tell me why the whole run is on fire. Everything's on fire. The trash can's on fire.
Like real fire.
Real fire. The windows are on fire. I'm in G4. Everything's on fire.
Welcome to Burning Hell.
Look, I'm over here. You know they tell you don't
Yeah.
look by nobody's cell. I see fires in the cell. I guess everybody's starting fires because the mosquitoes are real bad, right? So they're just burning shit up.
So there's not nothing going on. This is just normal activity, a normal day.
A normal day, you got the officer just right there, just chilling.
The whole place on fire.
The whole place on fire.
But you can't burn concrete, y'all. So I get it. They trying to get the mosquitoes out the cell. That's crazy.
And I'm like, damn, my eyes are burning everything.
Soot everywhere.
Yeah, so I'm like, damn, like, it's fucked up.
Yeah, this is
So
different.
it was just a different experience.
On G4 too, though. So
Yeah,
that's really like, oh my God, y'all.
And they put me with all them youngsters that, I could say that unit raised me and prepared me for any unit.
How long you stay over there?
I was there from 2000, like the end of 13, all the way to the end of 17.
I heard you say on a podcast that if you ever wanted to know where they hide the baby killers,
That's Ferguson unit.
oh, that's Ferguson over there.
That man, they weird as fuck over there. I'm gonna be real. Some people be like, it's not weird. Man, I was there. I'm conscious. They weird as fuck. I'm gonna say they weird as fuck.
Come on now.
They weird as fuck.
So in contrast, which one was?
I think Ferguson was probably the worst unit I've been on. And it's not that it was just real bad and violent and shit like that. It's just they were doing weird shit. People were doing weird shit over there. It was no structure. You had some type of structure, but it was just like the environment, the mindset. It was weird. You had people like doing devil worship, cutting themselves over there. You had people fucking raping punks like it's normal. You just had like, you had weird shit going on, and everybody thought that shit was just like, it was okay. Like, nobody gave a fuck, but I understood it because you have people that ain't never going home. You got people with life sentences. You have people trying to open up portals, like doing like blood sacrifice.
Come on now.
And I'm like, it was weird. I had a SSI pull up on me one time and said, man, you see, I turned the power off because we had a power outage. And he's like, watch. All of a sudden, no cap. There was nothing but bats all around flying in Ferguson for a minute.
5-5 went to Ferguson. Have you ever witnessed the bats? Oh, man.
It was weird. Like, they were just doing weird stuff.
Oh my God. Do you, okay, 5, also, maybe you can help me answer this. Ferguson has always been true to the name. You know what I mean? So it's always been labeled the hardest prison in TDC. Do you think that the inmates in the different years that people go there, that they try to make sure it meets that standard when they go, so they have the most, like he's saying, like it's like where they hiding all the fucked up people at? Like, do you think they maybe just go ahead and just be the maximum fucked up as they can be because they own Ferguson?
Definitely that, but and Bo could tell you some more about it. But he was telling us when he was there was during COVID, so that made it even.
Yeah, that made it worse because I went there during COVID in 2020.
Oh my
And
God.
that's what made it like worse because I guess there was no structure. Like if you went to Chow, if you're on L block, you just went with L block. You didn't go with H block. You just went with your block. And there was no like communication with the gangs. You couldn't talk to the homeboys. You had to talk to the SSIs or the JAGs. So that's what made everything like more renegade, more different.
So it was no yard.
There was no,
And it
there
was
was no
no day
radar.
room?
No day room.
Wow.
You had day room eventually. Like my first 3 months on Ferguson, they gave us day room.
Okay.
But after that, man, look, I'm gonna tell you this: I was fighting every day. I was fighting every day for the phones. Eventually,
can imagine.
people left me the fuck alone because guess what they said? Puppy, a psych patient.
Yeah.
Because I hogged the phone. I hogged the phone from the morning all the way to night. I just want to be on the phone. I wanted to be
In the world.
yeah. So they said I was a psych patient because I was fighting for the phones.
Damn it, man.
Because it was renegade, nothing was locked in. The only thing that was locked in were the 2 front benches and the TVs. You had you had the blacks that had theirs. You had the Mexicans with theirs. The phones, it's fair game.
Whoever can hold it down, hold that motherfucker down. That's your business.
I ain't gonna lie, if you a hoe, you ain't gonna use the phone. I swear to God, you ain't gonna use the phone.
You got to fight for that phone.
You gotta fight for that phone. We're gonna monopolize the phone too.
Yeah.
So you better be ready to fight. If you's a hoe, you not using that phone. And if you want to use that phone, they're gonna make you pay.
Damn.
Like I ain't never did it. I ain't never extorted
Facts,
nobody.
I know what it is.
Like if someone want to use a phone, they ask for next. I'ma respect it. You feel me? Because I believe what you put in is what you get out. If you do good, you gonna get good back. But Ferguson, they don't believe in that.
Yeah.
They renegade. They
The tough, what they say, yeah, only the strong survive and the weak get ate up. That's the craziest shit ever. So which one you think, you said Clemens more raised you
yeah.
and prepared you for the new person that you are today? Let's go back into that a minute. Let's go back into the transformation that you're going through while you're doing this time.
So the reason why Clemens raised me is I didn't know nothing about prison. I was ignorant. I wasn't dumb. I was just ignorant to prison politics, the way it works, why it works. I was uneducated. And going over there, you had a lot of good homeboys. A lot of good homeboys that educate the youngsters coming up. When you go in, they do something called a Hollywood. You know what a Hollywood is?
Mm-mm.
A Hollywood is this. We're going to have like 15 motherfuckers pull up on you. You don't pull up. You don't be like, man, what you is? You blasting? And you going to be like, yeah, I'm a homeboy. You know what they going to say? Nah, you ain't a homeboy over here. You a chava. I done heard about you. You a chava.
What is that?
Well, what you better do? Fight fuck or bust a 50. You a chava.
What that is, like a hoe or something like that?
Yeah, a hoe, you gonna be washing boxers.
Oh.
This is what they told me.
Damn.
That I was gonna be a chava. They done heard about me.
So you gonna fight fucking bust a 60 or 50 or
50.
whatever. Yeah, we used to say 60, but I get it. Yeah.
Man, you know what? Or I'm gonna catch out. What I'm gonna do? You know what I told them?
Yeah.
Now I don't believe in catching out. You gonna have to do what you gotta do.
That is.
Homeboy said, man, oh, little homeboy think he's stiff. Shit. Hey, we gonna see. Homeboy's like, man, y'all chill. And they like kind of fed me to the dogs after that. They fed me to the dogs, gave me the cold shoulder. And I'm like, man, they got me fucked up. I'm a homeboy. And they tried to tell me I was a hoe. And I'm trying to squabble. Like, we'll run that. I ain't never been a hoe. I don't give a fuck. You got 15 motherfuckers. You're going to have to beat the fuck out of me. Because I know I got 16 years in this bitch. I don't know if I'm ever going to come home. But guess what? I'm not going to live my whole 16 years washing a motherfucker's boxers.
I know that's right.
Y'all going to have to do what y'all got to do.
I know that's right.
So, eventually, and I done paid my check, everything like that. The homeboys done gave me, the cold shoulder for, the first 2 days. But there was an incident that happened that made the chain reaction. There was a Muslim, actually. He was a Muslim, but he was, Hispanic and black. Mm-hmm. But he had the Astro stars on him. Homeboy was SSI, and he's like, man, what's up, homeboy? He's like, shit, I need some hygiene. And you know the blast, if a homeboy needs hygiene, that's mandatory. You got to give homeboy hygiene. He's like, I just got here. They gave him hygiene. Well, he ended up getting out of his confinement, came to G4. He went up straight to the blast, and you know what he said? He's like, look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I got hygiene from your homeboys. I got hygiene from your homeboys. I acted like I was blasting. I was fucked up back there. I know y'all gonna be fucked up about it. I'm willing to pay whatever comes with it. The Muslims were on we're gonna discipline our people, because the Muslims, they're very respected in there. I could say that they're one organization that stand by their code of conduct and that will discipline their people.
Oh yeah, we will.
They're gonna discipline their people. So they're like, we're gonna discipline our people. So they're all talking woo 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 like what they're gonna do. Remember, they're feeding me to the dogs. I already caught wind of it though. Cause my celly, he was a Muslim, but he was a blood as well, right? He told me like, man, it might set off with the Muslims and the blast. So I go over there, I told him, hey, look, I caught wind, whatever. Shit, I go whoop that hoe. You know what they tell me? Man, sit your ass down. You ain't even certified yet, homeboy.
Damn.
You ain't even certified. And homeboy was like, shit, let homie get his shine on. Let him get his shine on. Homeboy Chewbacca, he's like, let homeboy get his shine on. He's like, hey, and if he doesn't do good, we're going to smash him out and then smash Bin Laden out.
There you go.
We're going to set this bitch off. So shit, we went to the back of the chow hall, whatever. I ain't gonna lie, I sleep Bin Laden, I split him.
Man.
And I didn't know prison rules at this time.
When they down.
When he's down, I went for the kick. Homeboy grabbed me. We almost set it off with the Muslims. They're like, you're tripping. You're tripping. So boom, they're like, go, get out of here. Bin Laden ends up getting caught. He's leaking because I split his shit open. I go up, I'm going up. I'm on 3 and 4 row. I'm actually in 4 row. So I'm going up to 3 row to go back in the day room. And the officer, guess what he tells me? You blasting? I said, yeah, I'm blasting. He said, get up in there.
Whoa.
And they had 2 big old homeboys ready to pop top. And they ran my check then and there.
After you done just got through with Bin Laden.
Yeah, they ran my check.
Oh yeah, they knew what they was doing to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So either way, if I would have shied,
You just finna get your ass whooped.
exactly.
So you went from a victory to a damn. I go ahead and shine with 2 homies. I don't know too many people beat 2, 3, 4 motherfuckers up at one time, man.
But believe it or not,
You
though,
shine?
I shine.
There
I
you
shine.
go. Already.
And the very next day, we went to whole squad. You know what whole squad is,
Come on
right?
now.
We went to whole squad.
1, 2.
They were thinking that I was gonna be in the cell. I went down there and homeboys tell them like, man, I thought y'all ran this check. Nigga ain't even beat up.
Yeah.
And you know what I told him? Because he's trying to politic on me. Well, you speaking up on it, I want to see you do it one-on-one. And homeboy's like, hey, man, y'all tripping, chill.
This motherfucker,
Like,
wow.
what you mean? Like, you trying to get me. You trying to have them split my shit open.
Yeah.
So I felt some type of way. So they're like, man, chill. Like, we ain't doing that. We want to show unity. But I was kind of fucked up that he even tried to bring.
Because it's like, don't matter what they did, I got my check.
I still had a knot on my head.
Yeah.
Regardless. Just because because they beat you up during the check doesn't mean they gonna beat me up.
When they giving you, we don't want to talk our rules, but give us some of the rules that come along with as far as, associating with black people and what you can and can't do with certain different races.
Yeah. So look, what people don't understand, like, you know how they say you can't eat with blacks and stuff like that, being Mexican. Mm-hmm. It says you can't eat with FAMAs or other organizations outside our organization. The reason is there's always a history to everything.
Facts.
Some people ain't educated. Some people be like, oh, they say I can't. No, there's a reason, because Texas prison, people do get raped in the motherfucker. There's a Safe Prison Act behind it. And you know what a pretty is?
Indeed. Kool-Aid, coffee.
Guess what? Peppermints. Guess what?
Butterscotch. I like butterscotch.
Guess what? It's because them old school convicts that ain't never going home, this is how it started. They'll crush that motherfucker up. Even them FAMAs probably did it. Crush that motherfucker up. Throw it in the drink. Look out, homeboy. Little youngsters don't know no better. Here, got all them pills in it too. Take them down.
Knocked his head out.
That's where
Be a whole girl when you wake up.
That's where the term pretty came from. Because it's gonna make you pretty. That's why people start talking about it.
You know that 5? I never knew that, man.
People are not educated. They never got the game right.
How the damn name Pretty came. Hold up. This is a whole clip right there. Man, hold up. This boy say the prettiest that we brag on, the Kool-Aid, the coffee, the peppermint. We might put butterscotch in there. If they got red hots, that red hot going in there. It's like a drink in prison, but it's a hot drink. You can do cocoa and coffee or coffee and cocoa. However you do it, you do it. But a pretty is a day room recreational drink.
Yeah, they're gonna put fireballs in it, everything. But them booty bandits made that. They made that. They made that drink that pretty because they're gonna make you pretty. So that's why the rules are in place. They're not rules, they're just morals because we want to protect our homeboys. Tango Blast means together against negative gang organizations. Be loyal and stay true. At the end of the day, our main priority is to make sure homeboys go home. And people get the misconception when they be like, oh, we want them to go home early on parole. No, it's not a free ride. We want you to go home not in a body bag. We want you to survive because we understand that we're amongst the worst individuals. We're amongst murderers, rapists, serial killers, all sorts of fucked up people. You never know who you're around. You could be in a cell with someone think he's cool and he gave you that pretty. And he's gonna make you pretty too.
He gonna make you pretty.
Yeah. So that's what people don't know. It's like they be like, oh no, it's because they're being racist. But guess what? Being blasting, I can't drink with that other organization either.
So if they solo, you can drink with them. You can eat or drink with them.
For the most part, if they're we could show love to them if they're Hispanics.
Gotcha.
They're Hispanics.
Facts, that makes sense.
But let's say if they're a fama, a Hispanic fama, I can't drink with them. I can't because we're against negative gangs. The blast does not extort. We do not extort people. When you hear people about getting extorted by the blast, it's because if you're Mexican and you come in, we want to check that paperwork. If you're a sex offender, you will get extorted. You're going to get extorted if you're Mexican and you're a sex offender. We do not accept anybody that has a fucked up case. Like, we don't believe in that. So if you got a fucked up case fucking with them kids, so when people be like, man, they be extorting people. No, there's a reason why he got extorted. He got extorted because he's a sex offender. He wants to prey on little kids. Now he's gonna get preyed on in here.
Or a mouse.
Yeah, and then you have some people come in. They got that jackmat. They called out another units. Guess what? To stay here, you got to pay rent. That's it. You're just paying rent. Whatever you get into over here, you got to hold your own still. So if they want to run in your cell, take you down, you paying rent. Unless somebody wants to protect their interest, but that's on you. It don't affect the blast. The blast does not believe in it. So let's say, for instance, I'm a homeboy, right? Mm-hmm. But I got a chava, he's a hoe. And they run up in the cell to take his shit because everybody knows he's a hoe, and I'm willing to fight for him. And I'm going to start all sorts of shit behind this hoe. Guess what? The homeboy's going to get on my ass because you want to crash all our homies out behind that hoe-ass motherfucker. Nah, we ain't going to rock like that because we don't believe in that. We don't accept that. You should have made that motherfucker go from the get-go, but you're going to bear that responsibility, and we're going to discipline you after that because we're about righteousness. And that's like, our rules are not rules. They're more morals, how to conduct yourself as a man, as an individual, clean your clothes, brush your teeth. There is more common sense on like how to be perceived because we are the leaders in the prison system. Everybody looks up to us, the way we walk, talk, and associate with other organizations, how we talk with them, because you have to be respectful. Anything that you say, anything that you do has consequences. You could cause a whole war behind what you say. You can't just, or what you do. It's about respect. You could walk by somebody, if you don't say excuse me and you start some bullshit. No, we want you to say excuse you. It's a respect thing, how you conduct yourself as a man. People won't listen to their moms, their dads, or they didn't have a mom or dad. But when they come in, they're going to listen to the homeboys, and we're going to better them to make them men. And that's what we're about. But the media in general, they twist up the concept. And then on top of that, you got these fake motherfuckers that been to prison. They've been to prison, you could say 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, or they've been to prison 2 years. Yeah. They come out here and they want to gain clout and fame off this star, not knowing that motherfuckers really died for it. And they want to come out here and be like, man, this is how it was. Hey, giving the game wrong. You lacing the chucks up wrong. At the end of the day,
Facts.
that's not what it's about. We don't take it out here. Tango Blast does not orchestrate in the free world. We are not a gang or an organization. We're a homeboy. At the end of the day, it's like me and you are homeboys. We're from the city, right? Mm-hmm. Guess what? We're just homeboys. I can't give you a knife and say, go do that. Nah, you could tell me, man, fuck you, go suck my dick. We're homeboys. But at the end of the day, if somebody goes fucks with you and you gonna fight, I'm gonna fight with you because we homeboys. We locked in. And that's it. Once you go home, guess what? You a civilian.
Again.
I don't go check in like a farmer or nothing like that. I don't check in with nobody. Nobody has authority or rank over me.
In the world,
But guess
right.
what? You have people that come out here and want to get fame and publicity and clout off of it because it was a trend back then. It was a trend. You have people come out, try to make
I've
it a
seen
trend.
Yeah.
And they want to try to say, yeah, I started Tango Blast. No, the fuck you didn't. You did not fucking start Tango Blast. At the end of the day, nobody will ever know who really started it. But we know that the word tango really originated from what tango you from, what city you from. Oh, you from Houston. You from Dallas. You from Poros. You from ATX. You from San Antonio. You from La Valle. Where you from? What tango you from? And we went to our cities because we weren't getting down with the farmers. People get the misconception and say, oh, y'all were getting extorted by the TS. No, the fuck we weren't. We were never hoes. We were never under them. We were never getting fucking extorted by nobody. I don't know what unit they been on, but the homeboys on the units with me, they never got extorted. And they've been there 40 years. And they
Facts.
they laced me up. At the end of the day, like, you got to get your K. You got to get your knowledge. Knowledge is power. And I ain't never been a fool. And I always asked the homeboys older than me because I respected that they got their stripes.
Facts.
I'm still trying to earn mine. And I earned mine. That's why I got all my stars on me. And like I said in a recent podcast, I don't got just Houston on me. I got all four horsemen. I got Houston, Austin, Dallas, and Fort Worth. I got 1622 on me. I got Puro Tango Blast. I don't got Houston Tango Blast only. I represent 4 cities.
Facts. What happens when you come in, you're a Crip in the world, or Blood in the world, and you come in, what happens? Are you able to be a Mexican Crip or Mexican Blood and a Tango Blast while you're in there? How does that work?
How does it work? It just depends on the individual. Like, let's say if they come in and be like, I'm a Crip, and they're gonna go with the Crips. We're gonna let them go with the Crips, right? Mm-hmm. But from my experience, and this is my experience on what I seen, they'll go with the Crips, but they will never fully accept them. Eventually, guess what they do?
They got a blast.
No, they don't blast. The Crips take them down, they smash him out, they start extorting him or something, and he catches out because they do him wrong. Or you got some that stand on their 10 toes, and if a riot pops off, they the first ones to get stabbed. That's the God honest truth, because it's offensive to us. Like, you went against your own kind, your own people. And like, sociology would teach you when it's a tribe-like mentality. You're gonna go to what you relate, what's comfortable with you. If you're black, you're gonna you're gonna look around what's
What look
familiar.
like me? Yeah, what's
I'ma
familiar to me?
If you're
Yeah.
white, it's not racism. It's genetic, and it's embedded in our DNA and somewhere psychologically it's embedded in us.
That's
We're
facts.
gonna go to what feels comfortable with us. And some people, they go to religion. I'm comfortable with the Bible. I'm comfortable being a Muslim. They're gonna go what's comfortable to them.
Facts.
Because like Muslim, I could say about Muslims in prison, they got whites, blacks, Hispanic, and they don't say they're a gang. They're a brotherhood that worships.
That's it.
They accept everybody. So that's one thing I can't say. But if they go over there, hey, they do it at their own expense. And I done seen a couple people stand on their 10, and I salute them. They stood on their 10. They stood what they believed in. They didn't flip-flop. You have some people, they were Crips in the world. They come in, but they're blasting because I guess
familiar.
their OGs or something told them, like, when you go, it's different. It's different. You got to do
I
it.
respect it. Like, I respect it when I see a Mexican homie from the world that was cripping in the world and we meet in jail, and I see, okay, because I'm Muslim in jail. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not finna go in there and start cripping, with a bunch of motherfuckers I don't even know. That don't make sense to me. But to people, it do. Like you say, you do what's comfortable.
Yeah.
But when you done been to juvenile and all that, you kind of be prepared for that already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. So the ones that come in Crip of Blood and they decide to go, they welcome if they want to blast.
Yeah, they're welcome
Okay.
because we want to take our people in. If they're from Houston, they're from Dallas, Austin, Fort Worth, or the outskirts, and they come in, they want to blast, you're blasting. And the Crips, the Bloods, the GDs, I don't care what you banged out there, they ain't got no say so if you, because the truth is in penitentiary, your color does matter. Your color does matter. So guess what? We're always gonna have first pick on you. If you come in and say I'm blasting, if your homeboy be like, man, he would rep the set, y'all could catch y'all one.
Right
But
now.
y'all not gonna jump him or nothing like that. We'll set it off. He says he's rocking with us. That's our people.
What's different about this same scenario we talking? And now let's go to Los Angeles and say if, how does that work? Because well, I guess they already that in the world. So y'all don't have a Tango in the world.
Yeah.
They got
Like-
Serrano in the world, right?
Like, honestly, I really can't speak up on California. And I
Okay.
would not speak up on California because I'm
Understood.
not
Respect, yeah.
I'm not from California. But I can say from what I seen when my short time out there is, man, they really bang out there. They're
Oh, no,
real
it's serious.
they're real serious.
It's separated in the streets
It's not like Houston.
at all.
Like they're really like, you have people over here be like, man, we're gang banging a set. Guess what? In Houston, you'll have Bloods and Crips chill together. No, in California, man, it looks like they're ready to kill each other behind their flag. So it's
Serious,
different.
bro.
They're really banging over here. I'm not gonna try to talk down on no one, but I don't think y'all really banging like that. Y'all might like every now and then, but it's not really like y'all not really like California. That's a whole different type of banging.
Chicago is worse.
Yeah, like I just hear stories on social media about Chicago.
It's worse.
So
With no OGs. Just imagine
it's just renegades.
just imagine what you seen in California on 10 from what we used to, times 10 in California, but it's times 20 with no leadership in Chicago. That's the crazy. Larry Hoover, all the ones who started the organization is in jail for life.
Yeah.
Not coming home or dead. So, and they never let nothing rise to power behind it because they made an example out of Hoover and the ones that came before them.
Yeah. And you know what's funny how you said they make an example out of them. I forget
Prison
which
system.
book it was, but it's who is it? I think it's by David Caress. It's called My Awakening. David Caress wrote a book. I could be wrong, but I believe that's it, where he talks about how they used to get the slave, the strongest one, and they will humiliate him publicly in front of everybody. That way they could get all the slaves' obedience. And that's what, in my opinion, what mass media does is they get our community leaders, the ones that are righteous, the ones that are going places, and they humiliate them. And a topic that we're probably going to talk on is P. Diddy.
Yeah.
Because guess what?
It's called bucking.
And
That's
guess
how
what?
they get you ready.
And guess what? Everybody love P. Diddy. Now the media's painting him as this. But guess what? How do you know it's true? It's funny. I think it's funny. I honestly think it's funny. But guess what? I don't know the man personally, so I'm not going to speak on him. But one thing I can know from what I seen that he did for the music industry and the culture was powerful. It's impactful. It's
The
legendary.
show. Yes.
But y'all trying to discredit his history and his legacy with this. And from history, what I seen is, guess what? They used to get the strongest slave and
That's what they're
humiliate him.
doing to us now.
And guess what? P. Diddy was in power. He had a lot of money. And guess what? I don't know if them tapes are true or not. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a judge. And guess what? In the biblical text it says, judge, and you shall not be, and you will be judged. I don't want to be judged. I want forgiveness of my sins.
Thanks.
And I want to walk righteous. I'm not gonna judge the man. From what I know, that's what I'm gonna speak. But
And P. Diddy is the example of, so they made him a billionaire, right? He did everything for the rap music business that he did. He was taught well and he taught well. He sued the people that made him a billionaire, the liquor company, and they made an example out of his ass, and that's what they doing.
yeah,
That's why Bill Cosby, when he tried to buy NBC, See, the black and brown, we all had the same problem, identity crisis. We all learning each other. We the first millionaires in our family. We the first ones to complete college. We the first of this generation and the generation before me and after me are the first of that kind in our family. So that's what's going on. He tried to go and when he
He went against the grain.
sued their ass and shit, man, he won the judgment. He won it. But they had to show him that, yeah, you won the battle. We win. Oh,
Exactly.
it's devastating, man. But, it continues to go on because you got, like, who just got the Young Dolph, the killing of Young Dolph and Young Thug, you just going to get, to let y'all know that we in check. We got this shit in check. Y'all only going to get so far. Shannon Sharp get $100 million. Podcasting the new thing. Everybody making money, living life off of it. Soon as somebody get up there and try to
Knock him down.
bring his ass down to reality, let us know. Now he's
Yeah.
gonna open that closet up on your ass.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. But the battles we go through, as a people, like we just jump around a little bit. Like, let's talk about some social stuff, man. How do you feel about the deportation that's going on with your people, making them go back to Mexico like this here? How do you feel about that?
Like I
Legals
said-
and the illegals.
I said our people didn't cross no borders. The borders crossed us. We've been here. I believe that we have a right to be here. At the end of the day, we didn't come off no boat. My people been here. We had an empire, but they want to paint us as savages. We had toilet systems. The Spanish conquerors, y'all didn't have toilet systems. We had toilet systems. How were we savages? We weren't shitting in a bag or on the floor. We had toilet systems. We were very educated. They still can't. They look at our calendar and it's so perfect, but they wanna take that out of history books and say that it's forgotten, it's lost, because they took the knowledge.
Mayan calendar. Yes.
They took the knowledge. But how I feel about it, I feel that our people, the Mexican people, the Latino people, need to rise up. Honestly, truth is, I love America. I love America. I'm an American, right? I feel like America should just buy Mexico. America's the best country in the world. I feel like if everybody says we want change, guess what? What are we doing to make a change? There's corruption over there. If it's really corruption, let's make a change. If y'all want to fix it, y'all don't want them open. No, guess what? Y'all banning the people, but the land is good. We could take control of the land. Y'all did it with Puerto Rico. Why can't y'all do it with Mexico? Because y'all don't want to start a war? Y'all start a war everywhere else. I think that either take over that, but I don't think that you should deport the Mexican people because we contribute so much to the economy. The truth is, the modern day American does not want to work. He is lazy. He does not want to work. He's going to cry, bicker, and he's going to be on his phone all day. Statistics will show you Americans have the highest diabetes and high blood pressure.
You don't want to do nothing. And that's crazy because what you're saying is so true. Everybody that's saying, hey, get them over there. They taking all the jobs. When I was coming up, man, my fathers and uncles and cousins, they worked in construction. They did it. They came home, their feet hurt. They wiped, my uncle's shoes was at the door, outside the house.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? But now, I done had these tennis shoes a year. And these motherfuckers ain't dirty. One time. Who the fuck gonna do the job? 5, you gonna get up in the morning and go do construction? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a weird space, man. And I hate it because, I see what they saying because I look at it both ways. I see that those are jobs we could be having. And motherfuckers could not be in the street selling dope and doing crime. Those are jobs that pay well. That motherfucker be having it because you brought the wages down.
Yes.
So when the wages come down, motherfuckers don't want to work for that. But an illegal will.
He will, because he's after the American dream because they're living in poverty. But that's where I say the lack of leadership that we have in the community as Latinos. You don't see nobody speaking up against the injustice. The only Latino or Latina I see right now speaking up against immigration is the attorney that I actually promote a lot. Her name is Kim Bruno. She's the #1 immigration attorney in the state of Texas, where other immigration attorneys, deny people and say, no, I can't help you, she's the only one that's gonna fight. She's all over the news, she's all over in articles because she's fighting for our people. She's the only one, but she's a female, and we live in a society where they think females can't do it. But I commend Kim Bruno because she is being a voice for our people.
Send that information. Let's put that down here, Fire. Well, you ain't gonna put it, but put it right there. But we need her information in there because it tears my heart apart when I see that ice.
Yeah.
And because I picture this man going to work, his family at home. He go to work, and then they bust in there, and then they take him out, and then his family is left with nothing.
With
bro.
nothing. And the bad thing is they're going to the schools about it. They're going to the schools, attacking the children, attacking random civilians. In Arizona, across the states, just for being brown, they're attacking them. But the thing is, what I think that we need a community leader. I think it's good because adversity, they say pressure busts pipes or makes a diamond. The only thing you're doing, you're stirring the water and you're going to wake the people up. Eventually, they're going to wake up and you're not going to be able to stop the Mexican people. You're not going to be able to stop the Latino people because they're going to get tired of it. Just like how Huey P. Newton and Malcolm X got tired of it and spoke up and lost their lives behind it, there's going to be a Hispanic Messiah that speaks up, that's willing to live and die for a belief greater than himself. Christ, his greatest lesson was to get on your knees and wash your disciples' feet. You have to serve your brothers and sisters. And these are our brothers and sisters, even though they're from another land, a foreign land, as they say, they still have the same bloods of kings and queens in us. We are connected by invisible strings. We have the same blood, the same heritage, and they need to wake up. Educate your people. If you feel like, oh, we're not the same, because I know, like, when I was in prison, you had a lot of Nigerian officers, and then the American blacks would be
blacks,
like, we're not the same as them.
No.
But the truth is, y'all have the same blood. We divide each other. We divide each other as a people, as a race. We need to unite as a people, as a race. We need more unity. We need more love. We need more compassion to uplift our people. My grandma's Mexican, from Mexico. They migrated over here to give me the opportunity of the land of the free. I feel like everybody should have the same opportunity that my grandma had, because it gave me a life. Even though I made mistakes, yes, I made mistakes, but who doesn't make mistakes? It's not the past that defines us as individuals, but our actions in the moments of adversity and controversy that make us who we are. God has a testimony and uses everybody every day. At the end of the day, he took Moses and sent him to jail. He took Joseph and sent him to jail. He even put Christ in jail and had him crucified to save lives. He takes something that's imperfection and makes it perfection for his grace, for his mercy. You never know which life you're walking, where he's going to grab you from. I don't care if you believe in Allah, Christ, Buddha, it's all the same thing. It's all the same thing. We're judged by our actions. For instance, you'll have a Muslim, you'll have a Christian, and what are we going to say? What other religion?
Let's just say
a Buddhist.
Buddhist.
We're going to have a Buddhist. We're going to have a Muslim.
Jewish or something.
Yeah,
like
a
that.
Jewish. We're going to have a Muslim, a Christian, and a Jewish. One's going to take 45 to sell some fruit to the flea market. The other's going to take 610 to sell the fruit. And then the other one's going to take the back roads. They get over there, they start arguing amongst each other. My way is better. No, my way is better. This got me here faster. Well, there was less traffic over here. There might have been laws, but it was less traffic. The other one's talking about, man, I cut through all of that and got straight over here. I didn't have to worry about the laws, nothing. So they're bickering. The owner of the shop comes out and they're like, which way is better? And his response is, I don't care how you got here. Who has the better fruit? That's all that matters. What about your deeds to humanity? Christ said it best when he got on his knees. The way I do you, I want you to do others. The whole meaning of the law.
Do unto others.
Exactly.
As you want them to do unto you.
That's the whole meaning. People want to put titles and labels I feel like titles and labels suppress mankind. It suppresses us in all sorts of ways. We're supposed to love one another. We're supposed to uplift one another. And that's why, like, I feel we need more unity, but we need more leaders willing to stand up. But everybody is scared to stand up. You have these young artists right now, and truth is, hip hop. Hip hop has the biggest influence on the culture. It really does. It really does.
They
And
really do.
but why do we only talk about robbing, stealing, killing, pimping? And why is that only pushed on radio?
Drug selling.
And that's the only thing pushed.
Like you
But
say,
when you get conscious rap, you don't hear it on the radio.
don't hear it.
You don't hear it. But guess what it takes? It takes someone that's educated. It takes a rapper that's very educated that will kick down the door, and once he's in, to speak up. That's what it takes. It takes for a rapper to utilize the system, to play the system for what it is. Everybody talks about armed revolution in America. You're not going to win an armed revolution. History has shown what happened. Malcolm X tried it. Huey P. Newton tried it. All these revolutionaries tried it. And guess what? They lost their life. The way to change America is you have to use the system for our advantage. Right now, we have the leading artist in the United States. The whole world watches our artists. The basketball players, you have the actors and comedians. We have that. But why don't they speak up and use their voices? Why are they suppressed? Because they're scared to lose everything.
They lose their position.
They lose their position.
So you can do everything but take care of your own.
Exactly. And some of them, they do it because they want to play a good guy badge to be like, okay, but they're really Uncle Tom. You know what Uncle Tom is? They're really Uncle Tom.
I got an Uncle Tom.
Yeah. And like, truth is, like, I'm not against I'm not against the establishment, right? But I do believe that change needs to come. Just like Sam Cooke said, change gonna come. I believe in change.
Change gonna come. You gotta play that in there, Five. Hey man, this boy is preaching over here. I love it, man. Where we at with you now, man? I love how your life has become full circle now. You know what I mean? And we started at the beginning, just giving them how you came up, the influences in the house that you did, and how. So basically, you self-made.
I'm not gonna necessarily say I'm self-made.
What would you call it?
I'm guided by God. I give him all the praise, all the glory that he's using me, and he's allowing me opportunities to be on podcasts like yours. He's opening up doors for me. Because honestly, I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm Jonah from the Bible, where I try to rebel. I go in a well, and he's like, no, you got to go do this. I don't know where I'm going in life. Like, I'm just as confused and scared as everybody else. I came out of prison. I never had credit. I never had nothing. I came out not knowing what the hell I was going to do. I tried to get a job. I got denied everywhere. We got aggravated cases. I was suppressed. I went to school, barber school. I went to Northwest Educational Center. That was the only school in Houston that accepted me. Some said I wouldn't get accepted because I'm a gang member. I can't get my license because got a criminal background. And the one school that did accept me said give them $10,000. I'm fresh out of prison. I'm broke as fuck. Northwest Educational Center gave me an opportunity. I went over there. It's my third week. And I knew how it felt not to have a haircut going to school. It was around August time. I knew how it felt like not just having like the advantages other kids have. I made a video saying I'm giving out free haircuts to the community for all the kids. I used to cut with a comb and razor. I'm a bad man.
Yeah,
but
you can do
with
that.
The clippers,
you can do it. Yes, indeed.
I'm like, I'm going to get some practice off of it with the clippers, perfect my crap. I'm going to help somebody. Because like I said, Christ washed his disciples' feet. So I did it. Well, Grizzy from the Hood News got it. She actually is the first person that put me on. I sent her a video. She's like, no, not like that. She guided me a little bit. Like, you want to be more open? And she's like, I could relate to your story. I had aggravated robberies, but I see you're trying to do something good. And she gave me the opportunity. It had like 90,000, 200,000 viewers, right? And there was so many kids coming to get haircuts. And even with that, like, I was faced with a lot of backlash because I'm doing free haircuts at an establishment. One of the instructors at the time told me, you can't do that. This is an establishment.
What type of establishment?
It's a barber college.
Okay,
I guess
okay.
They
Yeah, you
charge.
can't do it there.
Yes.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah, for
and
sure.
You know what
Yeah.
I said? I said, I got an 820 credit score. I have an 820 credit score. My card holds 20,000. Run it. She looked at me and said, look, let me go talk to the owners, right? They told the owners, and the owner says he's trying to do something good for the community. Give all them kids free haircuts. Tell all your students to do it. Because the owner, he was actually from Fifth Ward. His name's Steve Marez. He's from the hood. He's actually from Hardy Street.
You got it.
Yeah, so he understands adversity. He said, let him do it. We cut all them kids' hair. We cut all them kids' hair.
Man, that's real, that, bro.
And from there, I made a post. I got 348 people enrolled. I told everybody about the school because at the time the school was at no cost to individuals that qualified. What makes the college so unique, they utilize the tools within the system to make education accessible for the underserved community. They give out a Title IV Pell Grant if you qualify, and they give out more than $2 million a year in scholarship funding to fund the education in barber, cosmetology, medical assistant, and pharmacy technician. So basically it was free at the time. Now they do a monthly payment of $75 a month for 10 months.
Right.
But back then it was free. I got 348 people enrolled. They all came.
Oh, that's
And it was a small school at the time. They had about like, not a big population. You could say they had about like 80 to 120. Now we got over 800 students. We're at a new location, a bigger location.
Come on, man.
I got a lot of people enrolled. The next week, I got 216. And I did it out the kindness of my heart because I wanted people to have the opportunity I had. I'm cutting hair. There's a school that will accept people like us. I got all these people in, and the owner came. He pulled me to the side, and he gave me my first $1,000. And guess what he said? I love what you're doing, how you're helping people.
Keep going.
I want you to work for me. I want you to work for me because you have something that others don't have. You have a heart. You're passionate about helping other people. I don't care if you would have had a degree or nothing. I see your heart. I don't see the tattoos. I don't see none of that. Gave me a job at a college that's nationally accredited, the oldest vocational school in the state of Texas.
Wow.
I'm a felon. I can't be working over here, but he took me in.
Running
And
shit.
from there, he mentored me, actually. He mentored me a lot. That's why I wear suits now. He mentored me. He mentored me, molded me, guided me. And I still get a lot of backlash. I get a lot of
For
hate.
sure. You know that.
Yeah, and people always try to use my criminal past against me, or, oh, he said this on a podcast. He said this in a video. He said this. But one thing I can say, man, the owner told me, he said, we from the hood. And he said, you know why we're always going to win? It's because we're willing to try anything, even if we fucking risk it all to win. Because we know we'll do it again. Because we're stupid motherfuckers.
And if we fuck up, we'll try it all over again. Something else.
And he said
Yeah.
that's why you're gonna win. He's like, sometimes he checks me though. Sometimes
Right,
I go a
facts.
little too, and he's like, hey, son, sit down. Now you went a little too far.
Relax,
Like
yeah.
there was one time I made a video with my Corvette doing donuts, burning rubber in the parking lot. Hey, take that video down.
we don't want to put that message out there.
Yeah. So he does guide me. He does mentor me. He actually
That's
taught me
dope.
like my LLCs, my DBAs, my EINs, and it was like this progress, like working at the school, that started like transforming me, because now I'm wearing a suit. People are looking at me like this, but I'm still cutting hair at the time. And me cutting hair, I was a hell of a marketer. And I always had a goal in mind. If you make $278 a day for 365 days, it's $100,000 in a year. Barbers right now are charging anywhere from 30, 50 to 100 a haircut, plus the tip. So let's say you're charging $50 a pop. You do 10 a day, that's 500. You surpass $278, right? You don't even have to hit the 10 to get the bag, right? You do that every day, and I was blessed. I had a good clientele that was faithful to me. I cut hair every day. I was at school morning and night, and I wasn't even looking at my account. My first 3 months out, I had a car. My first 6 months out, I had a Corvette. Like, I was blessed. I made my first year out of prison, I made $300,000.
That's
I,
beautiful.
I looked at it
That same system.
with the same system, and I was working with the school as well. So that's additional income. I wasn't even worried about the money I'm stacking from haircuts until I looked in the account. I was like, what the fuck? I was shocked. And I'm not going to say I didn't make mistakes. I never had money like that before.
Right,
So
of course.
I fucked off a bag.
You better.
I fucked off a bag.
You got
I went
to.
got diamonds in my mouth. I went fucked off a bag.
Come on now.
I went fucked off a bag, but I needed to do that because it taught me not to trust certain people, not to be so kind to certain people. People will take advantage of you. Not to put too much trust in a female as well, because I done got took down before, right?
Come on now.
I
Part of the game.
I done learned a lot in my first year out, and in the progress, I made so many connections. Like, we done did Halloween events, we done did toy drives with Grizzy, and it was like I done worked with council members, politicians. I was just going through the motions, and remember, like I said, I'm the stupid motherfucker that won't quit. Guess what? When I did these Halloween events, I remember the owner, he told me, so this is how you're going to do it. You're going to go in there. We wrote up a draft of a paper. He's like, you're going to go to every business you could find and ask them for donations, for sponsors, to sponsor the kids. Because I said I want to give out trunk or treat. For the kids, we're going to keep them safe off the streets. He's like, this is how you're going to do it then. Execute. He sat back and watched. He went with me to certain places. I got cussed out, called a devil worshiper for celebrating Halloween. I got denied. I got kicked. And guess what I got? I got bags of candy. I got bags of candy.
Come on now.
And our first event, the first year out, we had 1,500 people come out. And we had a 100 house for them. All the staff and students got engaged in it. I'm out here. They're making everything pretty. Me, I'm out here, the face, talking about, hey, can I get some candy? Getting cussed out, getting spit on and stuff like that. And man, it was a blessing. And then we teamed up with Grizzy, and Grizzy raised like $30,000 on the toy drive that Christmas. $30,000, and we gave our kids a toy drive and a winter wonderland. We decorated it real nice again. We gave the kids something. Because I'm real cool with Grizzy. That's like my sister right there. I told her, hey, man, I see you're looking for a venue. Use the school. I connected it. Let's get it. And the following year, like, I'm already set. I'm actually good. And I made my mistakes, like I said. The following year, I was going out, boom, 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 still doing my connections. And I actually linked up with, what's it called? ARC, Artists Respecting Communities, with like Cliche, K Reno, and them.
Okay, right,
they
right.
actually connected and sponsored the event.
Come on.
They sponsored the event.
She do good things
Like,
in the community.
they
know too.
They sponsored the event, brought out candy and stuff, and there was multiple businesses. But this is when I started getting more into like artists, influencers, and stuff like that, because they were seeing what I'm doing. And people were like, man, we respect it. We respect your story. You've been incarcerated. You're doing something good. So I'm going across doing the process, right? And then one day we do the toy drive. I'm going, and one day an individual named Jesse the car plug, it's one of my homeboys, right? He tells me, "What's up, homeboy? How much you gonna charge me for a video? I see you getting views." Me, I'm only promoting the school. Like I'm scared to invest in myself. I stopped cutting hair, and I'm like, okay, I'm making pretty good money to live on. I could be humble, right? I don't gotta like get big headed, right? Like I could live off this. I lived off soups
And
for
chips.
years, so I don't need a lot. And he's like, make a video. He paid me $300 for a video. He's like, and each car you sell, I'm gonna throw $200 if I sell a car off your name. In that first week, that motherfucker sold 18 cars.
Oh yeah, you found another hustle.
Here, 200, pay money good. You guess what? I started promoting him. I started promoting him because he gave me an opportunity and put me on. And the thing is, he was just like me. He was locked up, and he's making probably like close to $1 million a year. But he put me on, and he's like, man, he's like, I don't got the viewerships. I just got good relation, word of mouth. I want your views though, right? And from there he put me on, and it just like started like opening up more doors where I started going live and promoting and like started making content, and I was okay. I wasn't getting like a lot of views as I wanted. I'm like, okay, my dream always was to be revolutionary. If I take off my shirt, my body, I got Zapata on me, I got Julius Caesar, I got nothing but revolutionists on my whole body. I said, okay, I need to change something. And that's when I said, check game, one thing a real gangster knows.
I love that.
And the reason why I say gangster, it's the change of perception on what a gangster is. Because like I said, me growing up in the hood, I had these so-called gangsters give me the game wrong. I actually lived that life. Some of these dope fiends ain't never been to prison. When I got out of prison, they were still out riding their motherfucking bike. At the end of the day, guess what? Now I'm saying check game, one thing a real gangster knows, and I'm lacing up the masses through my platform. My first video, I said it. I said real gangsters wear suits because we need to change the image. We need to change the way we think, the way we dress, the way we talk, the way we look, because it starts with the outer. Everybody says the inner. No, you need to change the outer perception, because perception is reality, the way people perceive you. If you're going around, walking around in the hood, and guess what? You got basketball shorts on, some Jordans and stuff like that, them laws gonna fuck with you, bro. They gonna fuck with you. That it's called stereotype, racial profiling. They're gonna look at you. But guess what? If I'm walking with a suit or something, they're gonna think, okay, he probably came from church or he came from work or something, right? He looks like he's really standing on business. They're not gonna fuck with you. So we need to change that. I said, real gangsters. I went super viral, millions of views.
Yes.
And from there, it just kick-started everything.
That's what you do.
Yeah, it just kick-started everything. And I started making collabs with like rappers, influencers. And I want to give a shout out to Nate Entertainment. He's actually one of the biggest rap promoters in the state of Texas. He seen I was getting a lot of hate because gangster is a powerful word, right? A gangster is someone that robs, steals, and does all this and reps the set. I'm not repping the set. I'm helping people. So it's controversy because I'm being revolutionary. He told me, Nate told me, he messaged me. He's like, bro, I see you get a lot of hate. I'm going to give motherfuckers something to hate about. Come host my show. I want you to host D-Baby and Fo Mob out here in Corpus. I said, I ain't bad. Come on with it. I got you. I got you on the room, everything. It's on me, bro. He's like, I was locked up. I'm from San Antonio. I was locked up. And I hate to see people hate on you. I'm gonna give them something to hate about. I opened up and hosted their shows.
I seen that.
And I did videos, collaborations with all these big artists. Like big artists. Mm-hmm. And it was just like, they're going viral as well.
Exactly.
And then I have a connection with the president of Houston Millennials. His name's Ivan Sanchez. And going through his networking events, man, there was somebody that contacted me through social media and said, "Hey, we want you to be in the Mexican OT video. We heard about you through this networking event. We're gonna pay you $200. Just stand in the video." That's how I got my video with Mexican OT.
That's dope, man.
And that's how I started connecting with artists. So when people see me with these artists, I'm actually hosting an event. I'm getting paid to host these events.
It's not I'm just there hoping to get an interview or whatever. You're
Yeah.
actually there working.
I'm actually the
with
host.
them.
I'm actually the host. I hype up the whole crowd, and I'm not
That's
like
dope, man.
the regular MCs that just be rapping on.
You dropping that knowledge on them.
No, I go hype up the crowd. I make them scream. Hey, say this. I control them because
True
you have to be a great orator. You have to be able to control the masses.
Crowd, yes.
And I do that, and then what people don't know, I'm the host of the biggest boxing promotion in the state of Texas, Texas Combat Sports and Media, and I do the same thing over there. I do the same thing over there in front of thousands of people. But one thing I can't say is like, I don't know how all this happened. It all started from trying to give back, and I still give back all the time. Like just this past couple weeks ago, I was over there with Spring Branch Yasso. I was giving out free haircuts at his
my
event.
boy. He be with D, baby. That's my boy. Shout out to whole Spring Branch too. So you got a reward for what you do, and it's a man. It's not money, y'all. You became a father. Is this your first child? Your daughter?
No, she's not my first child. I actually have a son, a little boy.
Okay.
I got a little boy. With my first baby mama, we're actually not on good terms. I was locked up his whole life. So he don't know me. He don't want me in his life. I understand that. I pay my dues, and when he's ready, I'm not going to go through the whole court process and say, I want to see him. If you don't let me see him, I'm going to call the cops on you. At the end of the day, I know it has more of a psychological effect on a child.
Not being there.
Yeah, so he's going to come eventually when the time's right, because I know he watches my videos. He sees everything I'm doing.
I got the same situation, so I can't wait for us to, keep growing how we doing. In 5 or 10 years from now, we say, "Man, my son called me."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's a beautiful thing. It's gonna happen, man. God willing, for sure, man.
But my daughter, man.
How was that, man? Now that you're able to be there, you made a mistake, so this even better now for you.
So it's like, in all religious texts, they talk about the Ark of the Covenant, how people turned away from God. I think that was my biggest spiritual awakening, seeing my wife give birth. When she gave birth, I seen God firsthand, and it scared the shit out of me. To see life, see creation firsthand. And to be able to be a part of that, I think it baptized me, it cleansed me, it showed me the power of God, the power of life itself. And to be a part of her life and watch her grow, it gives you a different respect for women. One, it gives me a different respect because to see my wife go through that and her body weakening and her still trying to take care of the baby. And I'm like, damn, like I can't shit a baby out. But
no, we can't do that.
For her to do that and still, man, guess what? It gave me a higher regard for women because like growing up in the hood, we think, okay, I'll go knock this female down, man, fuck that hoe. I'll go find me another one. Or like, man, like you start tripping, but then like you get in a relationship with someone that's genuine, someone that you love, and you start growing and they start changing your way of perceiving them, and then they give birth, it does a whole 360. And then now I understand why I see people, they're like, I've been married with my wife for 30 years. And I always thought that was like a phenomenon. Because me growing up, I grew up in a broken home. None of my family members did that. So to
see it firsthand, to live it.
Yeah, I'm living it. And it was like you were saying earlier, like we got to be the first ones to break them generational curses.
Exactly.
And it just gives me a different regard for women, and to have a daughter at that. And,
oh, man.
Man, it's like just to come home and see her, even if she's asleep or anything like that, it's like it's just going to make me go 10 times harder. And it feels like, even though like she just came out, it feels like have the devil attacking me at every given moment.
He's
now.
gonna do that.
I felt like during the pregnancy, people were attacking me. People I thought were friends started gossiping about me, started talking about my social media. As I started rising in fame, people started switching up on me. And I'm like, man, I thought we're supposed to be cool. I had coworkers go do snake shit behind my back. Like just little stuff I was seeing. And I'm like, damn, I stayed quiet because the owner of the college, he taught me, and this is the most valuable lesson that he taught me, and it stays with me every day. Understand your position. Know that you're up here. The minute that you lower your standards to somebody else, you ain't shit like them. You gotta walk like a boss, talk like a boss, and lead like a boss. You think a king argues with peasants? He said, you're a king. Conduct yourself as one. And it always taught me that. So like, you're not gonna agree with everyone. There's sometimes I get mad with people. I get frustrated with individuals. I get frustrated with, but guess what? I know my position. And they're supposed to attack me.
For real.
Because guess
Go
what?
outside.
And it's not on them, but I know the enemies. He's always
Attack him
working
from every way, every angle he can. He's gonna attack your wife. When your daughter's old enough to talk, he's gonna attack her. He's gonna keep attacking. But the beauty thing about being a father at the ages that you're younger than me, but at an older age than 15, 16, 18, 20 years old, is being able to watch your fingernails grow.
Her fingernails grow.
Watch your hair grow. Watch, her eyes change colors. Watch every little detail about this girl, man. Because she's going to be the first person you're going to be the first person she fall in love with. And people say that, but when you go through it, you're going to say, man, Mike told me that.
Yeah.
You get to experience it and live through it and watch this whole person become a person. And it's amazing, man. Then just walking tennis shoes over there writing, sending handkerchiefs from jail. And that's not fatherhood.
That's not.
What you're experiencing now is true fatherhood, man. And I advise everyone, man, it don't matter how old you are, man, be with that woman that you're having that child with. Don't just lay eggs everywhere, man. Actually be with the woman and see what life was supposed to be meant. Like, we're here to procreate, if nothing else, and die. Procreate and die. Those are the only promises that the Lord gave us.
Yeah.
You will be born and you will die. Everything else is up to you. That's dope, man. Congratulations, man.
Thank you, man.
Congratulations. That's the biggest accomplishment you've done since you've been home, man. And I've been watching you rise, man. And I'm proud to. I thank you for coming through, man. And I'm just proud to say that, man, that we're friends. You know what I mean?
Most
and I
definitely.
want to see it keep going, man. We're gonna keep this thing going too, man. I want people to see another part 2, part 3, part 4.
Nah, we
It's
gonna
gonna
keep
crank
it
up
rocking.
some shit. This finna start some shit because they ain't ready for these powerhouses,
Come
man.
on, I'm ready for it.
feel
Controversy,
me?
right?
Hey, let's go.
The 48 laws of power say you got to stir the waters to catch fish. And guess what? Christ was a fisher of men. And guess what? I'm a fisher of humanity. I want to uplift my people. At the end of the day, well, what they say, milk is for babies, right? Meat is for men. So not everybody's going to be able to take it. And I understand that.
Amen.
But guess what? The people that are awake, hey, I'm here, you're here. And we're going to keep using our voices and platforms like this to empower our community, to uplift our community, because we are the leaders. We are the role models in our community. And we need to break the chains of mental oppression and rise above our current situation, set ourselves on the higher plane of understanding, and use our voices to make a change, not only for ourselves, but for our seeds that we're procreating so they could have a better life that we didn't have.
Amen. I like that, man. You got anybody you want to holler at before we get out of here, man?
So look, I want to give a shout out to my wife first, Alyssa. I want to say I love you. I hope you're watching. I want to give a shout out to my daughter, Camilla. I want to give a shout out to my brother, Xavier. I want to give a shout out to the owner, Steve Mares, his wife, Gayleen Green, my little bro, Ben Mares. I want to give a shout out to my brother, Xavier. I want to give a shout out to my Uncle Sam, a shout out to my grandma. And man, I want to give a shout out to all my followers, everybody that's been following me, everybody that's been supporting me. I want to give a shout out to Grizzy from the Hood News. I want to give a shout out to Lucky from Hood Stocks. I want to give a shout out to Nate Entertainment. I want to give a shout out to Rod And man, everybody that's new and barely finding me and y'all support me, I want to give a shout out to y'all. And if nobody told you, you matter, you deserve to be heard, and I care enough to listen.
And your
Man,
son.
God bless y'all.
And
my
your son.
And my son.
Let's just shout out to that, because that's going to work out too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's do it, man. Shit, take us out how you do it, man. Let's go, man.
Hey, look, check game. One thing a real gangster knows, man, we're over here with Mike D, one-on-one. Y'all need to tap in and get ready for part 2, because it don't stop until the wheels fall off. And even if the wheels fall off, we're going to scrape the motherfucking curb in this bitch. This is Illuminating Solutions.
You know what it is. One-on-one with Mike D. We out of here.